And here we start nice and live.
A long day in it today?
What's up, everybody? Back on the podcast again. Yeah, it's been a long day today. What can I say, man? It's been a long day at work, and then I've come here to the gym and I've been sparring the guys. I'm trying to get in shape because, you know, there's a charity show that I want to do in December.
Right.
I want to fight on it. I called this pro boxer out.
Okay.
Yeah, he's heavyweight. I've called him out.
No way.
But he's not fucking like up there, but he's decent.
Mm-hmm.
Like he can bang people out, so I've called him out. Some old rivalry.
Right, okay.
And I offered him some money today,
Mm-hmm.
and he's refused, saying to me that he's basically applied for his pro trainer license second,
Okay.
and he can't be doing shit like that. He's got to stay away from it. And then he's like, "I'm too sharp for you," and I said, "Well, bring it on." You know, I'm not scared of you. I ain't scared of nobody. I said, "Bring it on. Let's see what you got."
Yeah.
You know, he's around 43. I'm 41. I said, let's go for it.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
You get paid for it, man.
Exactly. Why not?
So I'm trying to make that happen. To be honest with you.
That's awesome, man. So you see in the ring soon, then.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm just looking forward to it.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
That'd be
I
awesome.
mean, you know, I think once in a lifetime, you know, you want to be able to do things like that.
Of course, a challenge,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you know, one of the worst things about life is when you get old.
Yeah.
You feel, although some of your attributes.
Who's old? You're not old.
Well, sometimes you just feel old. You know,
Come on,
like,
you beating the
when
young
think-
boys up in the ring. Come on, man.
It's just sometimes you just don't feel like it. You know, you're not 25 again. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
do certain things that you could
Yeah.
do when you were like 20.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of a challenge, you know.
Absolutely.
And then when you got people like Shannon Briggs and flipping, who's the other guy? A heavyweight, the 47-year-old who fought Wilder. I've got his name now.
Ortiz.
Ortiz. You think to yourself, I'm not old?
I think he's 50, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking to myself. You know, it's all good.
Yeah.
But how you been anyway? What you been up to?
I've been good, man. I've been just working away. You know what? Last weekend was awesome. The show was great. Let's talk about that.
Tell me about it. What did
Amazing
you-
fights, man. Spectacular lights out action. It was all over the place, man.
Yeah, it was a good
Honestly,
show.
I had some guests over. They loved it. They
Yeah.
loved it.
I think more than anything, what the people loved was the boxing side
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
You know, that's what people come to watch. They come to watch boxing.
Absolutely.
So it was an action-packed night. Plenty of action there. We had some knockouts.
Some
we had
skills. Yeah.
we had some losses. We had some skill. We had some wins.
Yeah.
And it was just a mixed-up night.
It was mixed up night and a bit of everything, which was perfect. It set the night up proper good, man. And the youngsters did really good as well. You know, starting from the youngsters, they did really good, and you know, they're showcasing their skills and the the big guys. Obviously, they went for a bang, didn't they?
How was Musa feeling? You know,
Musa was feeling
'cause
awesome.
Musa
man.
was in the ring doing mitts, wasn't he?
I know, yeah. He was. You know
I
what?
bet he was over the moon.
I was actually more worried for him than himself. You know, I was before he got into that, I thought he might just bottle it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people there watching, he's not used to this kind of scene. But the kid just went in, man. Did what he had to do, you know?
Yeah.
Even the other kids did really good in the pads.
Oh, that little girl.
Yeah, she did really good.
Yeah,
She
she
went
was
straight
really
in.
good as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's about getting the kids under the lights
Absolutely.
and making them perform. So, how would you rate that as a boxing show, an amateur boxing show? I mean, you've probably been to plenty, haven't you?
I've been to few, man. I've done, down south, up here, and I've actually never seen a boxing show like that. You know, with a massive screen,
Yeah.
music. You know, it was very nice.
Yeah, it
Actually,
was,
very
yeah.
nice.
Somewhat
yeah.
a bit different.
You know, for the money you paid, you got your money well worth. You know, as a spectator, the money you spend, you got your money worth. You know, it had all the entertainment in there.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
you're right.
you can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You see, with me, I think the venue was good. It was
Yeah.
nice. For me, it was a bit too big.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you go for a smaller venue and you spend less on it, it's
Yeah.
better. You get more of a crowd. You
Yeah.
rampack the place.
Absolutely.
You know, it's electrifying in there. You know, the
It's
crowd
more
is-
close knit.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody's just going bonkers. So I want to do another show, but I want to do it like in a smaller place,
Okay.
in a smaller venue, and just rampack it. So I think the next one, I'm going to do a charity event in December, and then next year, inshallah, I'm planning of throwing a show. I've got a couple of people on board that
Yeah.
want to like put something together,
Mm-hmm.
you know, for the gym.
Of course.
Just throw a really
Yeah.
decent one. And just get all the lads in it. I mean, there was some action on there. I'm really proud of the kids. You know, the kids came out and they did everything. I won't say their stamina was shit. But, you know, let's talk about them one by one. I mean, first of all, we had Saad.
Saad did really good.
10-year-old.
He did really good.
He went out there and he
I've
performed.
actually not seen him in the gym at all because I think he comes different timings to when I come in. And
Yeah, that's right.
the first time I saw him, and he did amazing, man. He did
I
really good
trained
movements.
Yeah, I trained him when he was 8 years old first. I worked with him for about a year and a half.
Right.
That's when I was in Keithley.
Mm-hmm.
And I was teaching him all these pivots and slips. And
Yeah.
he's such a lovely kid, you know, like he can really bond.
Yeah.
And then I left Keithley because that gym shut down. And then I opened this up. And then he joined another gym. And he just recently come back now.
Right. Okay.
So it was really good to sort of coach him for the last 4 or 5 weeks for this show. And just to see him perform. And in fact, he's fighting again on Saturday. So.
Oh, okay.
Had little Luqman, the little star. It was a tough fight for him. Weight issues. His opponent was too tall,
Yeah.
too fast.
You know what?
Probably had more experience.
One thing is, look, you had no bombs there. You know, you had proper contenders. You know, the oppositions were good opponents. You know, you never went for easy options. You know, it was good. That's what it was so entertaining. You know, you had good competition going on, man.
Yeah, absolutely
You know,
right.
Lil Luqman, you know, he showed some, you know, few moments of his brilliance. You know, that little jab, the slip. You know, you just saw that. You just see a brilliant moment, man. You know, I love his style. And I think he can. You know, it's a really good style. Very, very unorthodox and awkward.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's very, very talented. You know, he's a good kid. But the problem we have with Luqman is because he's short.
Yeah.
And we have a few weight issues. Closer to the fights,
Mm-hmm.
we have a few problems trying to match him up.
Yeah.
Because the opponents tend to sort of put more weight on.
After the weigh-in.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
it's not fair on him really
It's
as
not.
well.
Yeah, it's not.
So but that was him. But then other than that, you know, I think everybody else performed. I'm really sad about George, with what happened with George. Like George just
That was devastating, man.
That
I was
was-
actually worried for him. You know, the first time he went down,
mm,
I was like, damn. And the second time he went down, you know, and then obviously he couldn't get up again. I was actually thinking twice.
I was like, wow, what's going on here, George?
Yeah.
I'm telling George, I said to George, listen, whatever you do not rush this guy. Take your time because this is like middleweight. You know what I mean? You're big guys.
Yeah.
This is the knockout division.
Yeah.
You got to be careful, but
That guy came to bang as well, man. That guy was on the, you know, on the button. I don't know what was the corner talk.
The corner talk. Friday, I did my last session with him. See, the thing with George is George has not been in the gym at all. He's been training in Sheffield because he's
Right.
at university there.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been training at a gym there in Sheffield.
Right.
But he's been keeping in touch, telling me he's been doing runs and this, that, do that.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just feel as though maybe he had a lot of uni work on or what,
Yeah.
and he really couldn't put that time in that he wanted to put in. But
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
just sort of like saying to me, "I've put the time in,"
Yeah.
because he came in on a Thursday and he worked out,
Yeah.
and then he came in on a Friday and we worked out and we sparred as well. And we thought, you know, there was just too much that he was trying to get in on them 2 days, and I just felt something was wrong. But the advice that I gave him was not to rush. I told him, I said, don't rush whatever you do because this guy is quite experienced. Even though he's had one fight, it said on Warrior that it said on the matchmaking system that he's willing to fight up to 10 guys. But you know, he's only had one fight, so George had 3 fights.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know, we'll give it a go. But it turned out the guy was very experienced, and you get cases like that. But what can you do?
You can't. I mean, that's boxing, right?
It's boxing.
That's boxing. When you're in the ring, you're alone, man. That's why, you know, boxing not a joke thing, man. You gotta take it seriously.
You know, so many kids after the show said, Inzi, that were frightening. Honestly.
You know,
Wow.
Musa's face. Musa's holding my knees, and he's like, wow.
You saw the girls that were there, and they came up to me and they were like, they were petrified. People who sat there have never witnessed a knockout like that before. They've never seen a knockout in real life.
Yeah, man.
And just the way he went thud on the mat and he went down.
I mean,
That was a
doing good,
crush
though.
moment.
He was doing good, but I think maybe he rushed a little bit. You know, when he got the first knockdown, you know, rather than going for, you know, fire with fire,
Yeah.
you know, maybe ride the fire out a little bit. You know.
So George goes in, gets knocked out. The first time he gets knocked out,
Yeah.
he goes down. I think it's an uppercut left hook. He goes down and he comes back up,
Mm.
and I yell, George.
Yeah.
George was sent to the corner, by the way. No, he's kept there, and the other guy sent to the corner. So I shout, George.
Yeah.
And the referee goes, Oi, stop calling him. I was like, I'm trying to get his attention.
You
I
got
need
it
to know
right.
if he's right,
Yeah.
if he's fine, if he's okay, if he's on wobbly legs or what. I need to know how my guy is.
Of course.
So anyway, he just put his hand up like that to say I'm all right. So he went out, same pattern again. He goes out and he tries to blast this guy, and then eventually gets caught on the ropes, and he goes, that was a heavy fucking thud. He goes down,
Bro.
and I'm looking at him, and it's a crush moment.
Bro, I've got the video for that. I've got a video of the knockdown, you know that. And
Same here.
when he went down, I was worried, man, because a nice guy, look, you know, end of the day, you know, from our gym, and, you know, we've known that guy.
Some scary shit,
it's
isn't
scary,
it?
bro, you know, man. It's
But that's what you call crush moments, right? And I've been around them moments. In fact, it's happened to me once as well. Not that I can remember of. When you wake up, you can't remember, but it happened a couple of times. But I've been around those moments. And I didn't panic because I was waiting for the referee to just wave his arms, and then I got up. That's what you do.
Absolutely.
So when I got up, I knew he was out of it. So I climbed into the ring, and I'm like, George, look at me. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
And George is like trying to look at me, but he's like all over the place. And he's like,
man, bless him, man.
Inzi,
Bless
I'm
him,
so sorry I embarrassed you. I said, listen, get your ass on that stool. This isn't about embarrassing me.
Of course not, man.
This is about your health.
That's warrior, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
so I said, listen, it's not even about me. This is about you.
Yeah.
So he sat down, and the doctor was a bit of a joke. Because the doctor came up to me and he goes, how's he doing? I said, well, check him, torch him, you know,
of
torch
course,
his eyes.
get the tongue out.
Open it, tongue out and everything. I mean, the referee didn't even pull his fucking gum shield out.
Oh, fucking.
He just looked at him and just waved him off. Come on, that fucking referee needs checking.
Of course.
That's some dumb shit.
Yeah, man.
So anyway, he was okay, and then he climbed out the ring. I got an Easter walking back, and I went over to his mum and sister and explained to him what had just happened, that the referee and the doctor stopped the fight. Doctors checked him, he's absolutely fine. I've spoken to him, he's told me how many fingers. So I said, he needs to be taken to the hospital. They were really crying, they were bad, you know, they were crying. Like,
I know, I saw them, man.
I can imagine.
I saw them. You know what? I'll be honest with you, I was very sad, so sad for him, man. You know, I was just glad he got up, and, you know, he was sat on the stool and he was healthy. He's talking to you.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to see anyone go down like that, man.
Nah, you don't.
But that's boxing for you. When you go into that ring, you are taking that on, you know. And
they don't understand. These guys don't understand that you can be the most skillful fighter in the world, but if you get hit and it's clean and you get hit on the button, you are going down.
You're going down.
And you don't know if you're going to get back up.
And that's why
fight.
That's why you got to keep your guards up, man.
And that's why you got to respect Khan sometimes as well.
Well, there you go.
People saw that. I swear down, people were coming up to me after the show and they said them knockouts frightened them. I said, that's fucking boxing for you. And this is why I keep telling the guys that you need to be conditioned. You need to be strong.
Absolutely.
And you can't go flying in. You can't go in too quick.
You can't go in. And
it doesn't matter if it's amateur boxing.
Can I say something? You know, I saw loads of fighters, loads of fighters with no guards, man. Hands were down. I mean, you know, you can't go into boxing ring like that, Enzo, man. You know, when you do hands down boxing style, I'm sure you know more than me in that sense.
Absolutely.
The movement has to be spot on, because if it's not spot on, you're going down, mate.
Sometimes people get a little bit excited.
I don't remember.
My mum's in the crowd, or my brother's in the crowd. They drop their hand.
They try to
bang.
Bang. You know, Adil Anwar and the guy from Bristol. What's his? Forgot the guy's name, man. You know the guy who beat Adil Anwar. You know, cause he fights that style, doesn't he, with the hands down, and obviously he had a number. You know, so when you fight,
I remember that. I remember that clearly when he took that shot.
Yeah, I forgot the guy's name.
I do remember. I forgot his name.
He's a really good fighter,
but he got caught on the chin.
Yeah,
and it happens. It's a shame it happens. But that's boxing, and boxing's a hurt business. And
absolutely.
When you go inside that ring, there's no respect. There's no respect whatsoever. If you get taken out, you die. That's what you signed up to.
Absolutely.
So it's so important to protect yourself, keep your hands up. So anyway, I called George that same evening. A couple of hours later, I told him, you need to go and get yourself checked out.
Okay. Because
now he's been suspended for 30 days. He's not allowed to box. He's not allowed to spar. So they've got his book. So I said, George, listen, you need to go to hospital and get yourself checked. And he's like, yeah, Inzi, don't worry, I'll go this, that. I told his mom, told his sister, but I don't think he was having it. I phoned him a couple of hours later just to check on him. And he picked the phone up and he was like, I didn't go, Inzi, I'll be honest with you. I said, you should have gone. Because that was a knockout, man.
Bro,
fucking concussion.
Concussion, and you
know what I mean? You don't know if you're going to wake up in the morning.
Long-term effect sometime, man.
Blood clot or anything.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a heavy shot.
It was a heavy shot.
Second one, because when he stumbled second time, I actually got worried for that guy, man. I thought, you know what, that is a heavy shot he's taking there. I was literally, the first time I went down, I was thinking, please don't go in there. Get just right there, round up. But, sometimes hard to control the emotions when you're in there, so. What do you do?
I was pretty sad for him after, but when he was in there, I know he was in a fight, so at the end of the day, that's what you signed up to. But I was pretty sad for him after the fight, because I just thought he rushed his work a little bit and didn't know what he was getting into. I told him to work behind the jab, keep it nice and long. If the guy's experienced, just, figure him out. Listen, you're not little kids, you're not 10, 12-year-olds, you're not 35, 40 kg, you're going to come in flying. You're big guys, you got slow feet and you got heavy hands, so, just take your time in there. One touch and it's over. So then we move over to, actually I enjoyed watching Heather's fight. I enjoyed watching Hisham's fight. I thought they were really interesting. I watched Hisham's fight again. I think he threw more punches, though he was tired. I think the guy had little bursts here and there, but I think Hisham did actually took more punches now watching the fight again. And I felt as though he did enough to win the fight, but he didn't get the decision. It was close.
Close fight.
But if you watch it again, you'll see that the guy came out. He had his little moments here and there, and he threw a few shots, and then he was just running around and he fast. Because sometimes when you got fast feet and you got fast head movement, it all looks good and it plays into the judge's eyes. But was he throwing much back? Not much.
But the style again. The hands down style.
Yeah.
The judge, it can deceive your eyes.
Big time.
So when you watch it again, it's different, right? But when the judges are watching you live action with the hand down style, if your movement is not on point and the other guy's fast, then it looks like he's getting more punches in. It just looks like that.
Yeah, and I always tell these guys that keep your flipping hands up.
Yeah.
It's so important. Keep your hands up. We don't need Nassim Ahmed.
No, because
we really don't. We don't need Roy Jones. No. We need to keep our hands up.
Yeah.
The basics. When you go pro level, then you can start doing that
shit. It's a different scene. You
know these pro guys. Okay, this is how it works. So, when you go into when you do research on someone, exactly. You watch their fights. People who have sparred him.
Yeah.
People have told you he's not a big puncher. Trust me, he's not a big puncher. Whatever this, that, the other. He's got a good work rate, but he's not a big puncher. There's nothing to worry about. So these people know when they're going into that fight. He punches a bit like this guy. Have you ever sparred that guy? And he's like, yeah, I've sparred that guy. Well, he punches like him.
Right.
So confidence grows.
Yeah.
So when they go in the ring and they figure that first round out and they take a few shots here and then the second round, they start to drop their hands. His confidence grows because they know I can deal with this guy. But amateur boxing is not like that, because amateur boxing is short, fast and explosive. And every punch is like a loaded up power punch, to knock you out. So you got to be really careful. Moving on to the heavyweight fight. I'll let you talk me through that.
Hey, is that your brother-in-law?
Yeah, my brother-in-law.
That guy was on point, bro. He came out, I looked at him.
Beast mode.
I've not seen this guy before, but he looks serious. I tell you what, to be honest, the other dude was also looking serious. Yeah. But, he caught some flush punches, man. That guy got some heart, bro. Some punch as well.
When I watched that fight, and I was like, wow. But fight before that, he knocked somebody out as well. He's a big, strong lad. He's only young. He's only 22 years old, I think.
Right.
And he's a big, strong lad.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of rage in him.
Yeah.
But I believe if he's started to control that rage now and use it at the right time, right moments. But when he hit that guy, that was a good fight. That was entertainment. It was an awesome fight. There.
I mean, that guy, props to him as well, man. He took those punches and he was standing. He came. But the thing is, he kept getting hit with the same punch. That right. And I thought, okay, he's got hit 2-3 times with that. He'll see it, but he just kept coming for more. And he kept giving him more, bro.
Like that. That's the heavyweight division for you. It's not meant to last long.
Yeah.
If you get clipped 2-3 times, you get 2 punches, it's out.
Boom.
It's supposed to be out. That's heavyweight boxing. Sometimes it goes on a little bit, but sometimes they hold it. Like if they're trying, I know for a fact, okay, because I talked to some guy in America, and he was like the fight between Holyfield and Riddick Bowe.
Yeah,
the 3 fights they had, they were holding back a lot of power,
right?
Because it was all about making the millions, and it was all about going the distance.
And
when you're holding back on power. So with the heavyweights, usually when you get clipped, it's over. You're gone down.
Because the punch is so heavy, isn't it?
Heavy punches, honestly, and I was like, wow.
I was surprised that guy was taking it. Obviously, your brother took some licks as well, man. It was both ways. It was actually a really good fight. Action-packed fight, man.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I mean, that's what the crowd was shouting over, weren't they?
Well, I got up in that fight. I was like,
there was a lot of people jumping up and down. But I'm happy that, we had that fight.
Yeah, of course.
Because that's what really got everybody sort of jumping up and down. It was really good.
I mean, George fight got people going as well.
Oh, yeah.
But then that fight was like the pinnacle, and look, both of them are healthy. That's the main thing,
Yeah, that's the main
side
thing.
And obviously, both of them are healthy and they're fine. They took some shots, man. That is boxing. Not, it's not. You don't play boxing, bro.
Nah, you don't.
Serious shit, bro.
Like, I was just really happy because, 6-7 weeks. Some of those kids that performed, they've been coming to this gym for a year or maybe just slightly over, and I've been selling them the dream. I'm going to put you on the show. I'm going to put you on the show. And then nothing, they've not seen anything.
Yeah.
I've taken them out here and there, a few sparring. But, when you don't feel it, you don't see it, it's difficult as a young person to continue. But the beauty about it was that those kids, 3 fights got pulled off. Little Anaya, her fight got pulled off because she came in 2 kgs heavier.
I was really sorry for her, man.
Yeah,
I was probably looking forward to see her because I thought she would have kicked some ass.
I've trained her since she was
I've seen her training, bro.
Yeah, I've seen her. I've trained her since she was 6 years old, and I really wanted her to perform. But hopefully she should be out in the next couple of weeks on another show, fighting the same girl. And then EJ, he didn't get to fight because his opponent came in 3.5 kgs heavier. I was like,
what the fuck?
And he wanted the coach wanted his expenses because the fight wasn't on. I was like, what expenses?
You're fighting in 3 kg more.
We gave him it anyway, but we like, you came down here and you like pissed us about. It was your job to check the weight. And then Zohaib didn't get to fight. And so that was...
Anis faced out as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Anis's opponent pulled out twice. That was mad.
Sad,
like, we tried to fix... since we've been matchmaking for the last 5-6 weeks... 9 fights pulled out, 9 opponents pulled out, and we had to rematch them again. Hisham's opponent pulled out. We had to rematch him again, offer him money to come down. Same with Anis. Anis's opponent last minute pulled out. Zohaib's pulled out. Danish was quite new. He got to fight. He's been here for about a year.
Yeah.
And he won in style.
Yeah,
so
he did.
I was really happy for him. He's been sparring really well.
Yeah.
Danish was one of these kids that was always in the background on a Tuesday and Thursday. He never really got noticed much. But then I saw him, progress. And I put him in sparring. And he's been doing really, really well. So I said, listen, you're going to go on the show. You ready? So... now I've got a few more lads that are ready, and they've seen the showdown. They're like, that was awesome. And I said, listen, put that work in, and I promise you, I'll put you on the show.
That's what it's about, man.
We're gonna have another show next year.
Awesome.
Might not be that venue, but I'll put you on that show.
Yeah, they're great, man. That's it. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just experience, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely. And you probably fight before that as well.
This is it, man. That's as a kid. That's what you want. You want to do a statement. You want to put your hard graft into the ring and prove yourself.
That's what it's all about.
That's what you're proving. But you got to control your brain. When you're in there, you got to take care of yourself and take care of the business.
100%. I'll tell you another fight that I enjoyed. That's the tall kid, Heather. Now, Heather's that's
a good fight.
Yeah, he's a good fight. That was a good fight. And Heather, the one thing I like about Heather is he's got a real boxing brain. He might not be very, very skillful, but he's got a boxing brain.
He keeps a good range.
He keeps a good range.
Yeah, that's what I noticed.
And he's always got one ear open as well. So whatever I shout to him, he tries to pull it off. He might not pull it off right there, but somewhere in the round when he gets his moment. Yeah. And that's what I told him. I said, if you hear me shout 1, 2, 3, I'm not saying to throw it right there and then. I'm saying get ready to throw it. Get into a position and throw it. And he listens really, really well. And wow, listen, the guy was slipping jabs all night long.
No, he was,
and countering back with right hand, left hooks.
Yeah,
knocking the opponent back.
No, it was definitely a good performance. And
you don't do that on your first fight.
He's a tall lad and obviously got the,
First, second fight, he's had a bit of a bad spell in the beginning. I thought he won his 2 fights. He got robbed. He was upset. Then we took him to Bradford. He stopped his opponent, and now he's won again. So I'm really happy. So we had a lot of wins, man. We had a lot of wins this weekend, which was really good. But boxing's boxing. You win some, you lose some.
That's just how it is. So people who lost, you got to come back stronger, and you got to learn from this. You can't let it slip. You got to learn from this. Look at your mistakes. Speak to your coach, and go through the moments again, and make sure those moments don't happen again in the next fight. Yeah,
you're right. I also forgot to mention Kez. Kez fought really well. Kez is this tall, skinny lad.
Oh yes.
He got some from me in the corner. He got some Roger Mayweather language. Kez, I sparred so much with Anis, and Anis is a lot bigger, a lot stronger, and he's developed this pattern where he's always backing up on the ropes.
Yeah.
And that comes with sparring like Anis, because Anis is big and he's strong. And I've been trying to fix that and saying to him, keep your ground. Stay in the middle and push your opponent. Because let's be honest with you, boxing, if you can't move like Nassim Hamid, right, or you can't move like maybe somebody like Tevin Farmer today, or Pernell Whitaker on your back foot, then there's no point you going around the ropes and trying that, because you can make an ass out yourself.
And you're going to get clipped.
And the judges, old school judges, they're like people who come forward.
Exactly.
So I was giving him some shit. I was like, get your ass off the ropes, right? Because I'm going to stop this fight. I'm telling you, I'm going to stop this fight if you back up on the rope. So then he started pressing a little bit and started knocking his opponent back. So that was really good. I really enjoyed that fight as well. I thought he made a good comeback.
But one thing though, you know, I didn't see a lot of fighters throw a lot of jab, man. You know, I was telling my mate, and I kept saying, you know, jab, you know, like if you get your basics right, you can win the fight. So many times, they're just going for 1-2, you don't have to go for a power shot. Just throw your jab and you get the points.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Absolutely.
Simple punch.
And I think that's because first fight, they're nervous.
Yeah.
And that's one of the key advices that I give from the corner. Use the jab, the jab, fire off the jab, finish with the jab.
Yeah.
Very, very important. But I think when they're in there, everything just goes out the window and they want a little scrap, and then they go back to their boxing skills and they go into a scrap. So, it is the key. The jab is the key in boxing.
I mean, it's easy saying it from outside, right? When you're in the ring, it's a different scene. But, you know, you see loads of openings with that jab. They were just open for the jab, man, all night long. So, definitely something kids can work on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy anyway. We got the show over and done with. The kids are happy. They fought, they performed, they trained for 1 year, and they got their moment. And that's all that matters, really. And next year, we're going to throw it again. So we'll have some of the same kids on, if they're still here. Because what happens in amateur boxing is, it's sad. You train kids up, and then they have their first few fights or 1 or 2 fights, and they disappear. And you want to make a star out of them. Some kids are really good, you know, like really talented, and they can really go places, but there's a lot of distraction. So anyway, next year we'll throw the show again. Hopefully we'll still have some fighters. If not, we'll have some new faces.
Absolutely.
And we'll do it all over again. You know, last year the team was completely different.
Okay.
Well, it was different.
Yeah.
This year is different. You know, so it's
I missed that last year, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's different. We had different fighters on.
Yeah.
We did have some of the fighters on, like Anis fought on it, but we didn't have Kez, we didn't have Danish, we didn't have Saad on it. We didn't have. Actually, we had Lukman on it. We didn't have Akib on it. We didn't have George on it. So a lot of new fighters.
A lot of new fighters, man.
A lot of new fighters, and so next year we might have a bunch of new fighters. It's because people keep coming through the door.
That's right, and you don't know who's coming in next. Man.
I've discovered another 2 kids today.
Yeah,
I thought they've got some potential in, and I discovered them today by accident. I saw them spar and everything, and like I was like, that's pretty good, that, you know, and did well. So hopefully I could get them on the show as well for next year.
Awesome, man.
So anyway, overall it was a good show, and people came out. The crowd came out to watch boxing. That's what it's all about.
And they got entertained.
They got entertained, yeah. So I think our fighters gave them what they were looking for.
Yeah, absolutely.
You think we delivered?
I think you did, man. I think you did. You know what? I had a lot of guests over there, and you know they were all happy. You know what? That was an awesome show.
Tell me about your family and friends. How did they?
They loved
react?
it, man. I mean, one of my mates came from London to just for the show, you know, to support. And
I met him, yeah.
Yeah, and when he went back, he just said to me, you know what? It was an awesome event. I love the lights out, knockouts. Yeah, he loved it. I mean, he goes, because you know what, and a lot of amateur shows like that, you don't get to see a lot of knockouts. You know, the stop here, or you know, this show was full of action packed, man.
It was action packed.
Yeah,
different to other shows.
Yeah, different to other shows. They all loved it.
You know, my guys come to fight.
Yeah,
honestly, they really come to fight, because we have some brutal wars inside the gym.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we have our technical sessions, but we have some brutal wars inside the gym.
Yeah.
And then that pattern, they just take out and they dash it out on other people. So it's pretty good. But I'm happy anyway. A lot of people came out and it was good. I'm happy you enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. But yeah, I think you got a point there. You know, in the next event, if you're doing a smaller venue, it'll be more, you know, the crowd, you can hear the crowd more, and it'll be more action packed. Because the venue is so big, a lot of people are scattered, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just when the venue is small and it's ram-packed with people, you can't beat that atmosphere.
Absolutely.
Because the crowd's going crazy, you know, and it really flipping gets the fighters going as well. Pumps you up big time. So we need that.
What about the ring in there?
Do you know, I want to talk about the ring, because
the ring, I don't know.
I had nothing to do.
Small, man.
You know, I had nothing to do with the ring, but when I got there, I was like, what the flip? Who the hell ordered this ring? Because if you look at our ring now,
I'm looking at it.
Our ring is it's 14 foot from inside.
Right.
So it's a 16-foot ring.
Okay.
By 14 inside. That must have been like a 12-foot ring.
It was proper small.
That was a shit ring.
And the guy can't even move.
Couldn't move.
Yeah, it's very.
I don't know
small
whose
ring.
idea. They didn't know
Yeah.
knowledge about boxing, but
Yeah,
like when we saw that ring, even the fighters were like, we've been sparring in a 14-foot ring, and now
yeah.
we're going in that. But it does make a difference.
But that's
It
what I
does.
thought when I looked at it. I was like, bloody hell, that looks small. But then look, it is how it is, and you're gonna get that in other shows.
Yeah.
So you have to adjust to the situation.
Which is true. But when you're the A side, like we were the A side that day,
Yeah.
we should have had a pick and we should have got the ring that we wanted.
Yeah.
But even some of those guys that came were complaining, saying that ring's a bit small. I was
Yeah.
like, well, they thought that us guys are just gonna go out and bang, which we did. But we fight from a 14-foot ring.
Yeah.
But at some point when we relocate, we will get another ring in a smaller ring, so there's more inside fighting as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's some of our guys can't fight well on the inside,
Yeah.
which is still learning.
Yeah.
So at some point, we'll get another ring. But other than that, let's do it next year.
Absolutely.
Talk me through.
Did you see the fight over the weekend?
Yes, Errol Spence, the truth. What a performance!
It was a good performance, but you know what? The YouTube fight, man. I was bored. I was bored in that fight, man. Mikey Garcia just stood there.
He's a very basic fighter, isn't he?
He's a basic fighter, but I think the two-weight division coming up, I think he felt the power there, and he just had no answer at all, for Spence. I was shocked. The guy is Mexican, you just lose it, right? You just start throwing bombs and see what happens.
I think Mikey Garcia always knew, and Team Garcia always knew in their heart that they wasn't going to win. They were going to try different things, and they were going to try their best, but I think inside they knew that they wasn't going to win. He's made £10 million from this. He's £10 million richer.
You can't go wrong, can you? But then again, I don't think they had any strategies, man. I think the strategy was not very good. I mean, there was no strategy.
No, do you know what? I'll tell you what. They did have a strategy, but the truth had an answer for every strategy. Whatever they bought, Errol had an answer for it.
You know,
that's what it
Tyson
was.
says, isn't it? You can have all the strategy, all the plan. The moment
But you get punched in that mouth,
it all goes out the window.
all goes out the window. Now, that's the truth. Mikey Garcia is a very basic fighter.
Yeah.
He uses basics a lot.
Yeah.
Very talented fighter. But, what happened to Mikey Garcia in there was pretty bad. And I was reading an article today from Derek James, Errol's coach, and he was pissed. He was pissed at Garcia. He was looking at Garcia in the corner and saying, pull your guy out. He's a fresh guy, pull him out.
Yeah.
Because the truth is strong and he's big.
Dude, he looks,
And he destroyed his
that's
body.
another thing. I mean, he looked really big, and Garcia looked really small in the ring, man. The shoulders that you could see, he's so small.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, when Khan fought Canelo, you could tell the guys, Canelo's like 10 times bigger than him. And same thing happened with this guy, I think, man. And plus, you feel the power when you come up. When you come up two-way division, it's not a joke thing. But then you got to give him the props. He came up and he fought the best in the division. Do you know what I mean? No tune-up fights. He just fought the best. So.
Yeah. I think the weight divisions are there for a reason. I don't think Mikey Garcia should have taken that fight, because them divisions are there for a reason. But they're like these jump-ups that these guys are doing.
Yeah, but £10 million though, man. So
it's a lot of money.
Quite tempting, isn't it?
It's a lot of money, but I just think that Mikey took. Well, he lost every single round.
He didn't throw a punch, bro. I didn't see how did he throw a punch.
From all three judges, he didn't score a round.
He threw less than 2-digit punches. I mean, he threw less than 10 punches the whole fight. Did you know that?
Wow.
It's hardly any punch thrown.
He just took a beating,
He
didn't
just stood there for 12 rounds. He took the beating, man.
People keep writing Spence off and saying Spence is this. They don't understand boxing. Spence is the truth. I'm telling you. This guy's going to go on to become one of the greats.
Absolutely.
His body punching is something else. And the thing, Spence is the perfect fighter. He's a kind of guy, he's not in a rush to knock you out, right? Because he took Samuel Vargas, B-rated fight. He took him, I think,
absolutely,
to 4 rounds, maybe I think a bit more. But he broke him down. And that's the kind of fighter Spence is. He will break your ass down. He'll jab you, and then he'll work your body, and then he'll make you sort of crouch over, and then he'll knock you out.
But that's mentally strong as well,
very strong.
He's so calm. I mean, that's what these every fighter should look at.
Yeah.
Someone like Spence. It's not about going in there banging. It's about torturing the guy and then banging.
That's what it's all about.
That's boxing.
That's boxing. It's a hurt business. It's about going in there and knocking people out.
Yeah.
But the one thing I like about Spence is he takes his time.
Yeah.
And he does it. And he's so precise with his shots. The way he places them shots, like he finds little gaps.
Yeah.
And he takes the wind.
Yeah.
He hit Garcia with one body shot. And Garcia felt that shot, and he said it was a bad shot that I got hit with. But it wasn't that bad where I was going to take a knee. It was just a bad shot, and that affected him throughout the fight.
Wow.
So, just goes to show. Now, what was interesting about the whole fight was at the end of it, he calls Pacquiao out.
Pacman's a bit old man there, but you know what? I think the movement will cause him problems. You know what I was saying to my friend when I was watching the fight. You know what? You might not agree with me, but I think Khan will give Spence a good fight.
What do you think?
I think he will, because his speed will cause a problem until he gets obviously clipped.
The problem with Khan's speed is he's got speed, but he's not going to hurt Spence. That's the problem.
Pacquiao can. Pacquiao got speed, movement, and power.
Pacquiao has got power.
Yeah.
That, I can't argue with you.
Yeah.
And Pacquiao can hit you from blind spots.
Absolutely.
But I still think Spence is going to be too much for him. Because Spence has got that old school footwork where he can just cut you off.
Yeah, but Pacquiao, you know, it is the way he pivots, the way he moves, you know, spinning around, springing everywhere.
It would be an interesting fight.
You know, he will not let Spence take charge of the ring. But this is old Pacquiao. It's not the young Pacquiao who'll be Ricky Hatton and, you know.
The only problem with that fight is Pacquiao is, when it comes to defense, Pacquiao's shite. He doesn't have any defense. Like, he gets hit with body shots and uppercuts. That'd be a big problem.
But someone like Spence, man, you can't have no defense. You know, if you have defense with Spence, he'll break you down. You know, you can stand there, and how much can he block? With Pacquiao, when he's attacking, he's gonna counter him. You know, can slip and counter. You know, all night long. But it'll be a good one. You know, but then again, look, Spence is in the right. I think
Spence can hit you hard. Some of those shots are heavy, like thuds, and you feel them in your arms, your elbows.
Yeah.
And eventually they start breaking the body down.
The same weight division, right? So you know, it's different. It'll be a different scene to Garcia. But I think Spence done a takeover. You know, I think he'll be bigger than.
In the later rounds, maybe.
He might get big as Mayweather, man, if he keeps on going. I don't see anybody beating him, to be honest with you.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think Errol's going to go in there and think that he can take Pacquiao in 5 rounds. He knows he can't.
Legend, man.
You know, he's going to be very wary when he goes in there, and he's going to pick his moments. But I see Pacquiao just fading. And you can't really blame him because he's like, 40-something now?
He is, but you know what? You just never know. You can never write these greats off, man.
Yeah, you're right. You can never write him off. I mean, Pacquiao is a legend in the sport.
Still a world champion, isn't he?
71 fights?
Yeah.
Wow.
World champion.
Still eight division world champion.
Still a champion as a WB.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
WBA, yeah.
I mean, he's still banging these young guys out.
That
gives me a bit of hope.
Absolutely, but I see banging these all the time on Snapchat. But yeah, it'll be a good fight, man. It'll be an interesting fight. It's a good name for Spence as well. You know, it's a good resume. You know, good name on his belt, man.
I think with one thing I like about Pacquiao is he's so calm in fights. And like when he starts moving his head side to side and he's looking to create opportunities, and then bang,
those movements are amazing.
Bang, and then bang, bang, bang. And that's how it feels all night.
Yeah.
And Pacquiao is so precise with his shots as well, especially his uppercuts.
Yeah.
I wonder how that fight would play out against Errol Spence. I wonder if it would cause
the
problems.
The inside work. I think Pacquiao will get inside there, man. You know, a lot of fighters don't go on the inside. Even like Kell Brook, you know, he just stood there and trying to counter Spence. It'd be nice to see when Pacquiao moves around and goes on the inside work, and you see how Spence reacts to that. You know.
I mean, if Pacquiao can fight like a little fly, in, out, and around, I think he'd be quite dangerous.
That's what he does, right? That's Pacquiao's style. Right?
That's Pacquiao.
That's how he does, man.
I watched him live, and I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
When he fought Vargas, I was there, and I swear the guy.
What was it like?
The guy moved like he was skating on ice, like he was dancing on ice.
Seriously.
Or like he was floating. It's so smooth the way he moves. Like you see it on TV, it's one thing, it looks good, but when you see it real life, the way he moves, it's like he's here, he's there, and then he's gone.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's crazy, man.
So I can understand when he goes in the ring with guys like that. Like when he fought, I remember when he fought, was it Gomez? Early on in his career, he fights Gomez.
Okay.
Is it David Gomez? Someone? No, David Diaz.
David Diaz, yes, of course.
He fought David Diaz, and they asked David Diaz what was it like fighting him. He goes, I thought fucking Freddie Roach was in there fighting with him, punching me as well because he was that quick.
Yeah.
So
Pacquiao's early days was crazy, man. He's a machine.
And they criticised him in the early days because all he kept throwing was the left, and then they went back to the table and they changed, and then he brought them angles in. Yeah. And he was just something else.
He was something else. Even now it's something else, man. It'd be a good fight, I think, with Spence, you know. I will not write Pacquiao off. I think it'd be like 60-40 chances, you know.
Pacquiao is dangerous. I will never write Pacquiao off.
Yeah.
If Pacquiao can drop them heavy punches on Spence early, it could cause problems.
Yeah, I think the speed will definitely cause him a problem. Spence ain't been with nobody in that ring. Don't forget, Spence have not been with the greats, man. He's not been top contenders. You know, he's been with good fighters.
Yeah, you're right.
So he's never been with somebody where he is like, this was the biggest fight he's ever had, the Garcia fight.
The Garcia, yeah.
But Garcia's moving up two-weight division. He's gonna fight Pacquiao, who's the king of that division for fucking 10 years.
And that might put some pressure on him.
Do you know what I mean? So
that might put some pressure on him.
So it's not, you know, he's going in not in his A side, he's going in his B side.
Yeah, and saying that, Spence is destined to be great.
Yeah,
He's going that way now, but that would be a good fight.
Yeah.
But now we're talking about Errol Spence. Kell Brook recently just knocked out a statement saying that he wants to fight Spence again.
Grew a pair of bows.
Like, you want to fight? I was there when they fought. I was like,
fucking shameful.
do you know
man.
the same thing again? I saw Kell Brook look good in the fight because Errol was allowing him to work. But then when he broke him down, he put him on one knee at the end of it.
Dude, that was crazy. You know what? Until 6th round, I was thinking, yeah, Kell Brook is winning the fight. And he's got it. After that, I realized what was Spence doing. You know, he's dismantling the foundations. You know,
Yeah, big time.
That was amazing to see, man. But Kell Brook had no heart. Just gave up.
This is it. And I don't think the fight's going to change. In fact, I wasn't too impressed with Kell Brook's last performance. So if he goes in there again with Errol Spence...
Oh, he's going to fuck him up.
Errol Spence was taking piss.
Yeah.
He was because I was talking to Errol Spence's dad, and he was like, "We're gonna do this guy over and this, that, dude." And they did, and like he just took the piss.
Yeah.
You know, he called him all sorts, didn't he? But if that fight happens, it's not a good fight for Kell Brook.
But I've heard he's fighting in America against on the AJ undercard.
Who, Kell?
Yeah, but I don't know who he's fighting though. It just got announced yesterday.
I'm not sure.
They're still waiting on for Khan. Can you believe that? Come on, man.
That's mad, isn't it? These fights are now taking place because they're all sort of signed with PBC, aren't they?
Yeah.
You got Pacquiao with PBC, Al Heyman. You've got Errol with PBC. If
That's
these
right.
guys were signed over different, these fights wouldn't have taken place.
No, because
There'd have been money issues and contracts and this, that, the other.
is different. Khan's on ESPN.
Yeah,
on,
that's right.
BT Sport.
I think for this fight
For
he
this
is.
fight,
Yeah.
But Khan is a clever businessman like that. You know, he switches sides when he needs to.
Yeah.
You can knock him right. That's boxing.
I think what he's doing right now is doing for his best interests. I don't like the fact that he goes in there and he goes in with punches. He's shown enough heart as it is in his career.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at this stage of your life, you've got kids to enjoy.
Yeah.
You don't want to be going in there. Take them easy fights, get that money.
Yeah.
You know, and just leave the sport, end the story, and do other things. You don't need to be taking big punches like that.
Yeah.
Because he's still a young guy, isn't he? He's got a whole life ahead of him.
Of course he's young, man.
Very, very important.
People forget how young he is and how much he's achieved in such a young age.
Yeah, he's achieved more than
He was
we can
two-time
think.
world champion at age 21. You know, half the British fighters become world champion at age 28, 27. you know?
Exactly. So be proud of what you've achieved and leave the
Absolutely.
sport while you can.
Absolutely.
And
man.
enjoy your kids. That's the main thing. Somebody's asking me about Khan Crawford. I know we've covered this before. I've said before that I think Crawford will... It's a dangerous fight for Khan. I think Crawford's going to hurt Khan at some point. Might not be a big puncher, but he will catch up and he will destroy Khan. I don't think Khan's been on it 100%. Khan's a 4, 5, 6 round fighter, and then after that is just something else.
The thing is, look, I think Khan's going to give him problems. Definitely going to give him problems. It'll be a good fight. But, you know, I was there ringside on his last fight. And the first time I seen Khan get knocked down while the guy was standing. And, you know, usually when he's coming in and they catch him, this time around he was standing and he got knocked down by Vargas, who's not a heavy puncher, right?
Yeah.
So someone like that, you know, with Crawford can do 100 times better than Vargas. So, you know, I think Khan will do really good in early rounds, but I think round 6, 7,
Yeah.
he's going to get clipped. But I really hope he wins.
If he gets clipped.
Khan's my guy, man. Khan's my guy. I
wish him all the best. I'm supporting him as well. Because
I got a feeling he's going to do it. Honestly, my heart tells me I think he's going to do it. He's going to prove people wrong.
I wish I could think like that, but knowing who Crawford is and what he brings to the table, the guy is gifted. We haven't seen a fighter like that in a long time. Somebody who can switch stances as well.
Oh yeah,
and he's very accurate with his punches. He's got awesome footwork as well. I think he'll keep it rangy with Khan with his speed, and Khan will be probably punching thin air at times. But if Khan gets clipped, what's next for him? Is it over? Should he retire?
Khan's a prize fighter, man. You know, he'll still get people watching him. You know, you know, if you go to his events,
yeah,
you know, in Birmingham, it was crazy. There were people with dole and everything. It was awesome. You know, it's a different fight. You know, no fighter pulls that crowd in. It's just simple as that. So Khan will always be in demand. You know, everybody will want to fight Khan, even if he loses the fight. Especially with Crawford, it's a very good option because you got pound for pound champion. You know, so what? You lose, right? You lost to the best. Do you know what I mean? So, and plus, Kell Brook fight will always be there.
Yeah. To be honest with you, for me, that Kell Brook fight and Khan fight is
boring now.
Past due date.
Yeah,
now.
but watch Eddie Hearn sell it, man.
Eddie Hearn will sell it, but they're not.
Again.
You know, if they, when they first talked about this fight and they were calling each other out, if it happened like 6 months or a year after that, that'd have been interesting. It's like watching Floyd and Mayweather fight after 7 years of calling each other out. It was shite.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't live up to its expectations. I wasn't impressed with it anyway, to be honest with you.
No, it was a boring fight.
And a lot of people wrote that fight, and now they want to fight again. People are not interested in it.
They still sell.
You know, it's who else? There was somebody else as well. Ricky Hatton and Junior Witter. People went on about banging on about that fight. That should have happened as well.
Carl Froch and Calzaghe.
Yeah, that fight never
Froch
took.
and Calzaghe, man. See, Froch is not my guy. I've never liked Froch, to be honest with you, because I like George Groves. Yeah,
George Groves is not bad.
George Groves is my guy, man. But thing is, Froch gave everybody the opportunity. You know, Calzaghe should have fought Froch.
Yeah.
And given him the opportunity which he deserved when he was coming up.
Froch wasn't a bad fighter himself, was he?
He had a chin, man.
He had a chin, didn't he? But Andre Wall already took him to school, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh,
remember
Andre
that?
was another league, right? It's another league, man. It's another level. But, you know, Froch's chin, I've never seen a chin like that. Honestly, he has got some crazy chin, man.
I did. He's got a good chin, but that night when he got hit with that shot by Groves, but he gave it back, didn't he?
He gave back up, man.
Wow. That was a big shot.
That was a big shot. And
he's right chinny as well. You wouldn't expect him, but like he's got fucking like a donkey's chin, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He has definitely got a donkey's chin in there.
Donkey's chin. Yeah, man. What kind of chin donkey has?
Donkeys have a big long chin, don't they? He's got a big chin. But I mean,
Khan's got giraffe chin then.
A glass chin.
Oh man, listen. If Khan's listening to us, no hard feelings.
No hard feelings, Khan. This is boxing and
That's
anything
right.
goes. But you do have a glass chin. Let's be honest with you. But yeah, I like the fact that Khan has heart and he gets up from his fights. Now, if you really pay close attention to his fights, when he's been knocked down, he's always got back up. Except for the fight against Canelo.
Yeah.
Right? He did get back up on his feet. But if you watch his fights, he's always got back up and he's always fought back. I like that about him. That's heart.
Dude, getting back up is not easy. I mean, some of these kids have seen knockouts in our event, right? But imagine getting knocked out by Garcia.
Yeah, man.
You know, imagine getting these big Canelo. Do you know what I mean? It's not a joke thing, is it?
These guys are no joke.
How do you get
power
up?
punches?
You know, even to get up, you need you need big heart. You know, at that precise second to think, no, I can still fight. When you are bang like that, you know, it's not easy, man.
Crush moments, like I say.
Moments, yeah.
Not everybody can fight through those crush moments.
That split second, that's those 10 seconds, which are like, which probably seem like 1 second, right?
So we was in London when Ali fought the WSBs against the Italian, and he was so fucking drained.
Yeah.
I told you about this story.
Yes,
The days we would drain him, and he was so drained, like literally had no water inside him, nothing.
Yeah.
And he was like super pale, and he goes into this fight, and he's fighting his heart out, and then he takes a small clip to the side of his head. And I'm telling you, it wasn't even a shot.
Yeah.
And then his legs buckled and he goes down and he gets up and he wobbles on the ropes. And I just remember thinking, shit, that's all the water.
Yeah, man.
That's not in his system. Anyway, he came back from that round and he won that fucking round.
Go on.
He went and he gave it everything.
Yeah.
And I knew that was hard.
That was hard.
Not everybody can do that though.
No.
So you have to be really gifted. I think Khan has tried that a few times. He did it against Maidana where he got clipped a few times and he fought back. He did it against Garcia. He got up, didn't he? He got up twice, I think.
Got to try the Garcia.
Yeah, he got up against Prescott.
He got loads of guys, man. Well, Maidana, she took loads of punches with Maidana fight as well. Colazo fight.
Colazo fight, yeah.
Even last Samuel Vargas fight. So the guys, you can't. It's a serious game, man. And
it is a serious game. I mean, if you're not ready and you get caught, you've had it.
You gotta work hard, You gotta work hard on mental side of things. You gotta work hard on physical side of things, and that's what helps you. I mean, the hard work always goes past the talent. That's what they say, right?
100%.
So you gotta work hard.
You saw AJ at the show?
I saw AJ at the show, man. AJ.
So AJ phoned me and he bought his ticket, but he told me he was bringing some friends out with him. So he goes, Inzi, I need 2 more tickets. And I said, okay. But then what happened, the tickets were going like hotcakes. So I phoned him up and I said, listen, I've run out of tickets, but I've just double checked. There's going to be tickets at the door for you.
Yeah.
He's like, Inzi, what are you doing? I need them tickets. I said, trust me, you'll get the tickets, man. They'll be there. Because the guys have assured me that they'll be there. So then I saw him at the show. Hello, AJ, if you're watching. So I saw him at the show and he had a coffee in his hand. I go, do you get everything sorted? And he looked at me and goes, well, I'm here, I was like, God, AJ. I said, no, I'm talking about your 2 mates. Did you get them in? He goes, yeah.
Bless him, man. So, AJ, we miss you the podcast, bro.
he was talking to me like he always does after a fight on Snap. Fight analysis. He was giving me that and he was just giving me his feedback and stuff. We were just talking, said he enjoyed the show. It was a good boxing event. He was impressed with the kids and stuff. And then he was talking about himself, making a comeback and stuff. AJ is a funny guy.
Yeah, man. I'd love to see AJ in the ring. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I take him on the pod sometimes.
Yeah.
He's all right. He's pretty sharp.
Oh, you mean come back on the podcast?
Yeah, he needs to come back on the podcast, doesn't he?
I thought you meant the fighting scene. No, definitely. Listen, podcast AJ's scene, man. They miss him.
We need his input, don't we?
Of course. Yeah. So we should do one when he's down next time, definitely.
This is the thing. Since he's gone to London, he don't want to come back to Bradford, does he?
Yeah, man. AJ, come back. Come on.
This is the problem. But what else? What's new? What's been happening with you?
That's it, man. Just
How many times you go to London then in a week?
So I go twice a month at least. So I'm going to London this weekend.
Would you go to visit family or?
So I've got business there, which is working over there. So I'll go.
Oh wow! I didn't know. What do you do?
So we've got reactive maintenance business in London. So when we got a team of engineers like gas and electricians.
Right.
So when, for example, your house electricity or gas emergency happens, and you call insurance companies up. Right. Our engineers go out.
But I didn't know that.
Yeah, we only cover certain areas of London.
So shit, you're running a business in London as well.
Yeah. So I got business.
So that's why you're always going back.
I'm always going back there. Sometimes I go for work, but I go to see family as well. But a lot of time I go just for work and just meeting up.
So really, when you go back, you're working there as well, aren't you?
I'm working 7 days a week. I'm working all the time. I still get time off boxing.
Oh, you're like me, man. How do you get a slot in? How do you get some time to yourself? What do you do?
I was going on holidays after that.
Big long break. That's a nice way of doing it.
But then there's no look right now. If you got the opportunities, you grab it both hands. If you enjoy it, do it, because the opportunity and the time will not come again.
Not everybody enjoys their job though, do they?
That's it. No, you don't. But who likes to work?
Nobody. Everybody just wants to collect money, don't they?
Who likes to work? Nobody likes to work, man. When I'm in the office in the morning, I fucking hate it. But that's
Monday morning, you feel all groggy and stuff.
Yeah, the client's giving you shit. That's just life, right? You just gotta deal with it.
That's life nowadays, though. Not everybody enjoys their work. Like, nobody wants to get up. People just want to make fast money, don't they?
People want to make fast money, man. And
it don't have to be by selling drugs. It can be through,
legitimate ventures.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of world we live. Fast world.
Absolutely.
Everything's quick. People want to make fast money.
And now we live in a world where things are so expensive. You have to have multiple things going on to have a good life.
So let me tell you something about London. Now that we're talking, I went there not long back, and I bought, I think it was a burger and a Coke can. It cost me nearly £8. Wow!
It was in central London. So.
Actually, it was central. Yeah, it was central.
Yeah, that's it.
That was expensive.
Yeah, that's expensive. But if you go to the greater like East London, I'm from East London. So you get cheaper meals, but central London is really expensive, man.
Yeah.
Even the Coke price is different.
How far are you from Green Street?
Oh, not far at all.
Because that's where my cousin lives, in Green Street.
Not far at all, man. It's just about 5 minute drive from there.
So my cousin, he's passed away now. He's called Imran. He used to work for Asianet.
Okay.
So he was like one of the main guys behind the cameras and stuff. He was like a supervisor there.
Right.
And he used to take on all the big actors that used to come over from India.
Okay.
And he used to set them up and do all the interviews and everything. He was from 5 minutes away from Green Street.
Yeah.
And I remember that street so long.
Green Street's full of Asians.
Full of Asians.
Like Asian street, yeah.
It reminded me a bit of Bradford.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Wimbledon Road, one of them streets. But yeah.
Things are just too expensive up there. I don't know how people live. What's like a 2-bedroom house? How much does it cost? Like,
well, 2-bedroom,
£500,000 or something.
Yeah, 2-bedroom flat. If you're renting, it costs you about £1,300 a month.
Wow.
Yeah,
but does the wage compensate for it? I mean, does it make up or what? How do people survive?
People living hand to mouth. People living hand to mouth. Some people just live to work.
Serious.
That's it, man. It's really because you got to think about is rent or
It's
mortgage.
horrible.
If you're gonna buy a property, you're looking at least £500,000. For a generation like mine, it's hard to get on the property ladder because if property is costing you $500,000, you need at least 10% deposit, which is 50 grand. So if you're in a 30K,
50 grand.
yeah, so then that's just the deposit, right? So then you got stamp duty for second property. Now, if you on a wage with 30K a year, how the fuck are you gonna save 50 grand? Do you know
So
what I
you
mean?
become a slave, don't you?
So you just rent it. That's why it's the landlord's market. The people who got money, they buy the
Ah,
properties.
so I get that. So the landlords are the ones that are in real
They're
business.
milking it, yeah. You got a lot of foreign investors, so not a lot of Londoners have that kind of money. So you got a lot of people from foreign who are investing in London, and then they rent it out. The rental market is really good because the returns are so amazing. So, and then you got your council tax on top of that. Then you got London Underground, which is like,
Oh shit, yeah.
that's £100 a week, to go to work. Then you got food. So, you can imagine how difficult it is in London to live. But London got its own vibe, man. I miss it sometimes.
Yeah, I can
I miss
imagine.
it sometimes.
I mean, it's really busy up there.
Yeah,
But living up there is not fucking cheap, is it? It's expensive.
that's right. That's how I
I
worked
don't know how
out.
people survive up there. In fact, there's a lot of people that have started relocating as well, moving
Loads.
elsewhere and stuff.
Every year, 500,000 people move out London.
Wow.
Yeah, I was reading yesterday. But then you got to understand that a lot of the immigrants, like even from Pakistan, everywhere, all over the world, when we come here, we go to London first. So London will never die out. You always got people, because that's like a metropolitan
It's
city,
capital,
right?
isn't it?
Yeah,
London is London.
So you'll always have people in there. But the good thing is, because people are branching out to up north, to Midlands, so it's booming everywhere, So that's how the government makes more money and obviously more jobs created.
What's it like being Asian up there? I mean, living amongst the Indian, Pakistani community.
Yeah.
Are they successful up there as well? They've got
They're very
businesses and things?
Very
Or
successful. London is very successful.
would you say there's a lot of Pakistanis or there's a lot of Indians? Or
You got
or is it
all
mixed?
kind, man. You got Pakistani, you got Bangladeshi, you got Indian, you got Sri Lankans. You got all kind of people in London.
Diverse, yeah.
They're all diverse, and they all get along. It's not bad. It's a good community. Plus, you got loads of Africans, you got Europeans, you got all kind of people living in London. But yeah, Asian business are doing really good. I mean, a lot of Asians are into properties now, so a lot of the properties are actually owned by Asians, because we do reactive maintenance work. So we get to see the landlords. So every time I see landlord names, a lot of times it's Asians. So here's like that, right?
Are you quite busy then?
We are mashallah, we're quite busy, yeah. So
That's really good.
Yeah, so I'm always on call.
Serious.
I'm always on call, yeah. Because sometimes I'm taking calls from here.
Wouldn't you haven't you considered doing something like that here in Bradford?
You know what? I just do. I manage the office side and the account side, so the team is there. That's why I don't branch out. Yeah.
I mean, would it be successful in a place like Bradford? Because
Everywhere.
you got tons and
Everywhere.
tons of corgi.
Everywhere, yeah, everywhere. I mean, if you are a gas engineer, electrician engineer, that's definitely a good work, because you get a straight call out, a good call out, and obviously the more hours you do, the more you get paid. So financially, it's awesome. It works out really good. If you got right companies you're working for, it's definitely a good thing to go for.
I had a friend of mine that contacted me a few days ago, and he's in a bit of a dilemma right now.
Right.
But he was talking to me about a good accountant, so I passed him your number.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said, you want to speak to this guy, Omar, because he's really good at his
Thank you, man.
his work. So I don't know if he's called you, or he probably will call you probably tomorrow or soon.
Definitely, man. Look, anybody needs a good accountant, we are chartered accountants.
Are you based in town, aren't you?
We're based in town, Perkin House.
Yeah.
So we do all kind of work. We do, your investigation work. We do your, rental properties, your statutory work, your VATs, everything in scope of accountancy. We do it.
I've never fancied that job. There's just so many things going on in your head with crunching numbers, and man, that must mentally drain you.
Oh man, you know what?
It's constant, isn't it? Every day it's the same thing.
It's about crunching the numbers, and it's about painting the right picture.
Yeah.
The best accountant is the accountant who can paint the good picture.
This is what it's all about.
So it takes a lot of time of art.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of pictures out there.
A lot of pictures, bro.
A lot of good pictures out there hung up.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, it's an interesting field. I mean, accountancy is the most strongest field in the world. Do you know that? Wow. Yeah. So it's been rated the most strongest field in the world, because everybody needs an accountant. Everything needs numbers. Every number goes to an accountant.
Yeah, I can imagine.
In every
You're never
going to
be short.
Never. So, and accountancy is so powerful. I mean, you got big businessmen. You got, all these HMRC allowances, everything coming to you. People come to you for advice, and a lot of time when documents come in, you advise them. So it's really good feel. I think it's very interesting.
No, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to come down and see you at work sometime.
Anytime, man.
Yeah,
Anytime.
see how you get on. But give me, what's your address? And
So the address is Perkin House, 82 Grattan Road, BD12LU. We call Nexus Accountants, and just give us a call. The telephone number is 01274 305 250.
And Omar will be happy to give you a bit of a discount if you come through Lights Out.
Of course, man.
They look after you.
Of course, we will. Definitely will. No
Omar,
problem
it's
at all.
been a pleasure talking to you as always.
Same to you.
This is the bit of the break that I guess me and you get,
Yeah.
and we can chill out a little bit
Yeah.
and talk. I think we've had a pretty decent show. We talked quite a bit about boxing.
We have, man, and I hope
And-
people listening to us enjoy us as well.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. I've got a question here. Towards the end, we try to go through the questions. How should a tall fighter fight? How should a tall fighter box a shorter fighter?
Reach, man.
Yeah, how should a tall fighter box a shorter fighter? And if you are a tall fighter and like working inside, how would you approach a shorter fight? Guy, listen, I'm not being funny, yeah, but it's been a long day today, right? I can't even go into that right now. But hopefully next time you send me that question, I'll try my
Can I
best.
answer that quickly?
Yeah, of
Listen,
course you
just
can.
keep him on the jab, manage your distance, and you got him all night long, man. I mean, see one of the fights. Who was it? The kid who lost on our show. The short kid, Lawrence. No, what's his name?
Lukman.
No, is a English kid, right?
Oh, he came from Bolton, that kid.
Yes.
Yeah, the short kid.
The
yeah,
short kid. So
yeah,
that's a prime example.
Yeah, exactly.
So that question is the answer to that.
yeah. When that fight is out, you'll see it on there.
Yeah.
He's from Premier Boxing Club. I cornered him for a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Watch that fight and your answer will be in that.
Absolutely.
But if you're a tall guy, why do you want to fight on the inside for on a short guy? He's going to beat you all day long, isn't he? You're never going to get your arms out.
Exactly.
Your arms are so long, it'll take years. He's going to get 4 or 5 punches on you. You know what? You just keep him at range, pop him with the jab. That's all you have to think about. And if he comes in close, hit him with the uppercut. And that's it. And move off.
That's it.
That's all you have to do. Just pick him apart. Cherry pick. Well, with that being said, Omar, it's always a pleasure talking to you.
Man. Thanks for having me here.
Hopefully we will do this again in our next podcast. We should have, what's his name? Omar joining us as well.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was going to come down and do a show with us.
Okay, perfect.
So that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome, man. Look forward to that.
Anyway,
See you
speak
later,
soon,
man.
bro. You take care.
See you later. You too, bro.